You ever have that feeling you're desperately trying to find one specific answer, and you just know it's buried somewhere in your company's mountain of documents, wikis, and reports? It's so frustrating. Well, today, we're diving into AWS Kendra, the service that's designed to solve exactly that problem.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start by talking about that big search problem. Then we'll introduce Kendra as the solution. After that, we're going to peek under the hood to see how it works, explore the kinds of questions you can ask it, and then wrap up with the absolute essential facts you've got to know. All right, let's kick things off with a problem that I'm sure we've all faced. In pretty much any company these days, all the important information is scattered all over the place. It creates this digital sea of data that can feel totally impossible to navigate.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You know the answer exists somewhere. It's in a PDF or a PowerPoint, maybe an internal website, but your standard search bar just gives you this long, useless list of links. It's such a massive waste of time and energy.
Well, this is precisely the problem that Amazon Web Services is aiming to fix with its own intelligent search solution, AWS Kendra. So, what is it really? At its core, Kendra is an intelligent search service, and the key phrase here, the magic ingredient, is natural language processing. What this means is you don't have to think up weird keywords or search operators. You just ask questions, the same way you'd ask a person. And here's the really powerful part. Kendra isn't some separate application you have to open up. No, it's designed to be built directly into your company's own websites and internal tools. This creates a totally seamless search experience for everyone, from employees to customers. So, how does Kendra actually pull this off? Let's pop the hood for a minute and see the process that turns all that raw, messy data into a searchable knowledge base. It's actually a surprisingly simple two-step dance. First, you just point Kendra at all your data, and it goes to work creating an index. Think of it like the index at the back of a huge textbook. It just organizes everything so it's super easy to find later. And once that index is built, you can start firing away with your questions. And this right here, this is one of Kendra's biggest strengths. The sheer variety of places it can pull data from. It's not just locked into the AWS world. It can index info from your standard databases, websites, and yeah, even all those external services we use like SharePoint and GitHub. It brings everything together that used to be stuck in its own little silo. This flexibility also extends to the file types. Kendra can process what we call unstructured data, which is so crucial because that's where most of a company's real knowledge is hiding, in those messy, human-made PDFs, Word docs, and presentations. Being able to make sense of information that doesn't fit into a neat little database is a massive advantage. Okay, so we've indexed all our data. Now let's talk about the user experience, because this is where Kendra really shines. Its ability to understand what you're actually asking. Kendra can handle two main types of questions. On one hand, you have your simple, fact-based questions, the classic who, what, where, when. But it also totally nails the more complex, descriptive questions, the ones that start with how do I? So, for example, a fact-based question like this one, you're looking for one single, specific piece of information, a date. Kendra is smart enough to scan its entire index, find that one specific fact, and just give it to you. Simple. And then there's the other side of the coin. This isn't a simple fact. You're asking for a whole process. The answer is probably a paragraph or maybe a whole section from a support document. Kendra can actually identify and pull out that entire relevant passage for you. So, and this is the crucial point. This is the real game changer. Kendra doesn't just give you a list of 10 blue links you have to click through and hope for the best. No, it gives you the answer directly. It finds the exact sentence, paragraph, or document you need, saving you a ridiculous amount of time. Okay, let's bring it all home. If you're studying for an AWS certification, you're going to want to pay close attention here, because this is the rapid-fire summary of the absolute must-know points about Kendra. So remember these things. 1, you use Kendra to add custom search right into your apps. 2, you query it using natural language, like you're talking to a person. 3, it supports a ton of data sources, inside and outside AWS. 4, it's built for that messy, unstructured data, like PDFs and Word docs. And finally, 5, it can answer both simple fact questions and those more complex, descriptive ones. And that pretty much wraps up our tour of Kendra. The real takeaway here is to just start thinking about all that valuable information that's currently locked away in your own organization's files. So I'll just leave you with this question. How could a tool like Kendra help you unlock all that value and turn that sea of data into a source of clear, instant answers?